Okay, so this shape comes up all the time. So pay attention to this one. This one's probably one of the most important ones out of all of these, just because we always extrude up just a little bit to give it some height. You see this shape is totally legal. It's just something, concentrate more on the surface than on the backside, I would. All right, so assign existing material, UV test, and let's do a planar mapping from the top. Okay. And what you're going to see here is it looks okay. In fact, it looks really good, but there's problems. And the problems lie here. Okay. If I look over here, I don't have anything that represents that. There's no face here. Here, face. And look at the face. It takes up two here, two here. Yep. That represents it well. Here, nothing. But it has a texture here. Well, this is a stretched texture. Okay. To counteract this, what I usually do is, in this case, it's very simple. Some cases it's a little harder. I'll grab all the internal UVs, leave all the external UVs alone, and then do an unfold. Okay. But if you look around, things don't make sense. Like, I unfolded it, but look at this. Why is this here? Why isn't this over here more? Why isn't it right here maybe? So shapes like this always come up. Just know that. Two, you're going to have to do some work on these. In this case, I'm going to grab all the UVs here, 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 and here, and then scoot them back over like that. Grab this one, move it out of the way. Grab all the UVs on this line, scoot them up. Take that out of the way. Grab all these UVs. Scoot them over. That up. Move these down. And then we're going to have to kind of hand tweak these ones. This is one of those things that you're going to have to eyeball. So what I want is a nice even cut going all the way around this thing. And this corner really matches the length. So this length of this line should equal to the length of this line. Couple things to clean up here. Like that. A lot of times, sometimes if you just clean these up, it might fix a little bit more of it. But there is always some hand tweaking with a scenario like this. You just got to be very, very patient. And often lost quality to some students. Now, you are going to get some kind of twerking going on. See the twerk, as I call it? That is in effect. What you have to know is this seam right here is causing that. Okay? And the only way to break that is to have everything laid out. Well, I'll show you. And you don't want to do this, but like if I cut this here and cut this one here, you're going to find out if you take this one and go out here, you're going to see like that, and that straightens that out. See? But now you have some overlapping UVs, and you don't want that. So this is one of those you're damned if you do, damned if you don't moments. So in this case, this works really well. Uh, it's it's not that bad. You can get away with using this. Another thing you could probably do if you're really worried about something, you can go in and take these and planar map them out. Now they're out of the equation. You're still going to have this scenario going on. In which you're going to have to cut this edge. But in most cases, you can, you don't want to do this. This is how it would look better, is if I had these on the same angle of the original. But again, you don't want overlapping UVs. So as I said, any way you look at this, you're pretty much going to have to give up on this edge and just do what looks nice. And in most cases, way back here before I planar map that, right here will do. That's what I'm trying to say. But I know I have those OCD students that will be like, oh, I got to do this perfectly. Well, you're going to get some torquing going on, but it all depends what kind of texture you're putting on this. If you're putting a wood grain, it might cover it up. If you're going for steel, it'll definitely cover it up. So anything with a pattern, however, like rock, it would not look good on this. And we're going to have to figure out a different way. Another thing is, notice there is no representation of texture here on the edge at all. So I can unfold this. Unfold this. Okay. Now, what I would do in this case would alleviate this by cutting, and cutting. Okay, now with those cut, do the same process you did before. Grab all the UVs and unfold them. This time, notice it unfolds correctly. So that's a perfect scenario of when I do cut a seam to alleviate some of the stretching that occurs. Okay, and then if you wanted to, you would take a little bit extra time and take and go like that and straighten out your shell. Good. Wow, that looks a lot better. When we apply the texture at the very end to all these shapes, you'll see the difference between all the other shapes and this shape. Okay. So now that we got one of the most complex things out of the way, let's go into something a little bit easier, and then something a little bit more abstract. So meet me in the next video.